I want to show you how you could quickly make your video go from this to this, or your webcam from this to this. So my goal with this video is just to make you a little bit more comfortable with the built-in OBS filters for your video source, and remind you of some amazing free resources and quick solutions to help make any webcam or any video source just a little bit more professional. And my goal with this channel is to help make your streams or videos look and sound more professional. I'm hoping this video is going to be real quick. Let's get into it. So the first thing I want to show you with your sources is honestly just color correction, and that's just hitting add color correction. I've already got it applied, and I've got a few different color corrections I use for when I do my backdrop. So I've got a green screen I pull up, so I just save those. But anyways, honestly, the biggest thing that I find is just adjusting the brightness a little bit. Like if you go too crazy, you could see how the black on the shirt gets a little weird. So I want to keep it to where it's like a normal black, and that may mean decrease it, but increase it to where it's like a normal black, not like soft. And honestly, you don't have to slide it too much. And the contrast I usually don't play with, maybe just a little bit to get that back to looking, you know, a little bit sharper. Sometimes gamma you can use, and I use gamma before my chroma key in order to get like the green of the green screen, like real green. But the gamma is just gonna, it's kind of like saturation, what I find like, and I usually don't touch it. But the biggest things for me is a little bit of brightness, a little bit of contrast, and honestly, just for me with my lights, sometimes my skin tone's a little red. So saturation usually adds color or pulls color out. So you could desaturate and have an instant, you know, grayscale effect if you wanted. But otherwise, I just slide that to where it's at. So 0 is nothing. And I desaturate just a touch, you know, somewhere about 0.1 to, I don't know, 0.20. And it kind of depends, like if I mess with it. I'm going to put a link in the description to Gaming Career's website where he gives away a bunch of free camera LUTs, which actually are really amazing. And it depends on your room and how, like if you have some RGB lights, you could probably get some crazier effects than I was able to find. But for my space, which is just like honestly a white room with some wood fixtures or features, is my favorite was the Lester from him, or the Rasmussen from him. And what I used in the intro was Lester, and it kind of gives it a little sepia, a little desaturated, honestly. But what it does is it really like softens the darkness to it, or really accentuates it, you know, and gives it kind of more of a cinematic feel. So those are the two filters that I recommend. So it's color correction and find you a LUT that looks nice. There's some built-in ones with OBS, but they're not good. I recommend go to Gaming Career, download them, and try them out. There's like 30 or more of them. Honestly, just click through them. And how you do that is you go to add, apply LUT. We're gonna add a new one, click browse. And these are the built-in ones. They're not that great. I'll show you. This is posterize. Ooh, that's pretty cool. And what's cool is you could probably do some channel points where you can get this to trigger for like effects if you want to, like with touch panel. You could probably have it trigger this filter just for a little bit and then trigger it off, you know. And then let's go in here. So these are the Gaming Career LUTs. These are all the different ones. There's another one I kind of liked. It was Huerta. It's all right. It's a little bit sepia, you know. I'm not too big on that. I don't know. There's another one, Swanson here. This one would probably be cool if you had some RGB lighting. It would like make those colors like really interesting. Like you could see what it did to the orange here. You know, it kind of really made it pop. But you could see the huge difference on what these do to the camera sources. Insane. So this was all applied to my Rebel T3i, which I'm using as a webcam through USB through the Canon EOS utility. So if you have a Canon EOS webcam, download that utility, install it, and then you can use that as your webcam. Get a high quality camera. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch over to my Logitech C920 and show you how to do the same thing. Sorry if you hear like wind in the background. We're having like some sort of windy weather. But this is the Logitech C920, which is like an $80 webcam. It's actually pretty fantastic when you get the settings right. This is kind of like the default settings. My skin tone's a little red, it's a little glossy, it's a little weird, honestly, but once you add a little color correction to it, you get the brightness, Just up a hair. Play with the contrast just a little bit to get those blacks nice. I don't know why my gamma's all weird. Yeah, I don't like messing with gamma. Not really. And then you can see, pull that to get that red out of my skin. Pull that saturation down about negative 0.1 to negative 0.2, somewhere in there to where it's like a happy medium. And then I did the same thing. I got the luster filter on it, and really that cleans up like a lot of that grain and weirdness going on. You could see before there's a little grain in my beard, little sharpness issues, but then you put that on it, it just makes it so smooth. And I also want to do the same thing to my emeet camera, which is like a $30 webcam, super cheap. So let's see what that ends up doing. Okay, so this is the emeet, which is like a $35 webcam on Amazon. And it's honestly not bad if that's what your budget is. I did get some sun over the weekend, so that's why my skin's a little glossy. It's healing from the sun. But what I want to do is I want to show you a few simple filters to make even just a simple, cheap webcam look the best it can. Okay, here we go. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna add in color correction, play with that brightness. You can see it needs to actually go down because my shirt was a little gray. That contrast up, probably bring the gamma down just a hair. And then I'm gonna try and apply a LUT to it. I'm gonna go with the luster. Boom. There it is. I just made, let's get a little bit of saturation down, get that redness out. Yeah. So just by doing that, adding these two filters on, I made a very affordable webcam look so much better. And to give you just a breakdown of all these other filters, chroma key is what you use to, if you have a green screen, and that just processes and eliminates the green screen or blue screen or whatever color you choose, to be honest. Color correction, I already kind of showed you. Color key is actually as similar as chroma key. It just has a little bit different processing. Crop pad, I'm actually not too familiar with. Okay, so move source and move value and move transition override is basically you can only use on scenes. What it is, it's a free plugin. It's the move plugin. Render delay is what you'd use to delay or offset your video in case you're having issues with like your video not syncing up with your audio. So what you would do is you would add that on and then you would just increase or decrease your delay by milliseconds. So scaling or aspect ratio is another filter. I don't know why you would ever use this, to be honest. So scroll is a funny feature. I don't know why you'd use it, but you could use it and maybe turn it on for like a channel point event to where, you know, do some weird effect, you know. I don't know, could be cool, could be something you could be creative with. And then we got sharpen, and that's just, sharpen will help you bring like quality to your picture, but I don't see a situation where you would ever really use it. We're back running through the Canon Rebel T3i, and this is the Logitech camera, and this is the emeet camera. You tell the difference between them. All in all, but we do have the same filters running through it, which makes a huge difference on them. If you do like the music playing in the background, I'm building a Spotify, no copyright, no DMCA. It's a lo-fi beats playlist called Stream Tunes Lo-Fi Beats, so please check that out. And if you want to know how to make any microphone sound the best it can through OBS, I'm going to link to the video at the end of this and also in the comments. Other than that, I appreciate you for watching, and stream easy.